Hey, Splotchy New Burgers. How the heck are you? Sorry for being a couple minutes late there, but oh, was there? I thought I was 4 minutes late. Thought it was only two. Anyways, that took a little longer to get going than I thought. But so here's what I got, man. Oh, hold on. Let me just do something real quick, then I'll give you the rundown. There we go. All right. So I had a few things. I've got a couple whiskeys to finish up, or at least to get near the end there. I killed one earlier today. And I got some beers here. I don't know if I'll get to all of them, but we're just gonna see what happens here. What do I start with though? Oh my gosh, I knew what I was gonna do earlier. Now I don't remember. Oh yeah, got a little bit of this left. I'm gonna kill this one. I really love this one. I bought this one back in uh, uh, September when we were, or actually, I bought this one at the Jungle Gyms in Cincinnati on our way home from vacation there. This is the Huling Station Trolley Stop Series. No, actually, that's wrong. Now that I remember, I bought this at the Total Wine in St. Louis on our way home from vacation September. Anyway, this is age 9 years. Main Street Line, straight bourbon whiskey. This is it's cask at 119.23. This irrefutably fine whiskey was specially commissioned and made in strict accordance with Old Dominic's family recipe. And I miss this one. I'm going to miss this one. I love the mash bill on this one. Check this out. 52% corn. It must be a minimum of 51 to be bourbon. This one has 52. But the rye, man, 44% rye. Think about that, man. That's why this whiskey is so special. 4% malted barley. It is just insanely good, man. I did drink a good portion of it neat, but with that rye content, yeah, I made a few Manhattans with it. I ain't gonna lie about that, man. This whiskey was begging to be a Manhattan. See, I thought I brought a shot glass out here. I mean, I could just pour it all in there, but I want to make well, I'm curious what I have left actually to be a little more clear about that. Let's see. Get it all in there. No, actually, there's more in there than I thought. I didn't think I had enough to make a Manhattan earlier, so but I would have had just enough. It's just a hair over 2 ounces, but it probably ought to. I really usually like to finish the last of my whiskey neat. Just drink it all neat, baby. This is really good stuff, though, man. I like a lot of their products, to be honest with you, but I do prefer the cask. This one was just insane. Out of that 44% rye, oh my lord, man. It was just orgasmic. So after having this, I'm not sure how much of the other whiskeys that I tell you I've got ready that I can get to the end or near the end, but this may be the only one. On a Saturday night, I'm relaxing. First Saturday I've had off in about 3 weeks. I'm enjoying it. Didn't really do anything, to be honest with you. I got up, took a shower, fixed breakfast, relaxed a little, drank some Malort, gagged a little. uh, Took a break. Anyways, we had lunch, had dinner. Nevertheless, here we are. Let me show you that color. I love the color. It's got that ruby SQ in there. I just love the color of that whiskey. That's just insane. I get asked sometimes about the St. Patrick stuff. That stays up year round. Those are year rounders here in the Mulville house. We don't worry about being trendy or we're a little kitschy here, no doubt about it. Because you see my I get those left from last year, the signed Uriah Heep and Saxon pictures there from my 59th birthday last year. And as far as any other artwork in the house, it was either done by my daughter or grandkids. So that's what we got, babe. Yeah, and our son. Yeah. Oh man, that is just amazing. So a friend of mine gave me a couple beers, Ryan, and I usually try to do these as separate videos, but been dying to try it. Things keep coming up every time I get ready to. So I'm going to pop this one here in a second. Content creation, New England style double India pale ale at 8%. Brewed and canned by Alma Mater Brewing, Kansas City. I wasn't familiar with them until he brought some stuff back. So I'm really, really interested here. So what did I do with the glass for this one? Oh, that was close. Oh boy, this one sure looks like a New England. Nice and milky. Anyway, let me set that down. Ooh, let me bring this over here. I almost made a mess there. I need to shift some stuff around here. Let's move that over there. Here we go. Look at that. That's definitely a New England, baby. Nice and murky. Oh, wow. Very interesting nose. Hmm. Oh, wow. That is interesting. Yeah, I'm not in love with the style as many are, but I'm not a hater of the style. There are some I can admire. Uh, it's just not a go-to style for me. To me, that I'm not looking for that much fruit juice in my beer, right? I'm not looking to water down my alcohol. I want my alcohol to taste like alcohol. I want my beer to taste like a beer. But I'm getting a lot of grapefruit, more grapefruit than I typically get from this style. They're known for more tropical fruit notes, but a lot of big grapefruit right up front here. There certainly is some other things happening. You might feel some of those tropical notes, but I'm really getting grapefruit as the dominant. Finishes a little drier. It's not as sweet as most of the style, which I personally like. I feel like I'm getting just a hint of that botanical or pine-like note. Ain't bad at all. I'm gonna set this down. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice, man. That's really nice. Irene, Georgina, good to see you. If you have any questions or comments, please put it up there. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. I'm still not sure what all these buttons are. I'm still getting used to this format, man. Oh, mercy. Oh, gosh, those whiskeys good. Extremely approachable at that proof. It is amazing. A lot of big sweetness up front for me. I'm picking up a lot of very dark brown sugar because I feel some molasses, but I also feel like I'm getting just a hint of maple in there. You may pick up some dark fruit in the middle. It's really between you and your taste buds. As I like to tell folks, you're not going to taste what you don't know. So you might get some date and or fig. Certainly, raisin is a possibility. Dark overripe plum as well. A lot of big oak and spice in the finish. It does finish spicier than most, and I really, really like that. Cinnamon and allspice are usually big up front, which they are, but I'm also picking up notes of clove, ginger as well. Damn, that's just gorgeous. It's an interesting pairing I got, but I kind of like to go back and forth. I know a lot of folks do. They go either doing this or that, but I kind of like to, I like to balance. It's a juggling act for me. Oh goodness. Oh man. This is nice. Maybe I'm coming around to the style. Like I said, I don't hate it. It's just not a style that I can drink a lot of. And I know a lot of folks, it's their go-to. They drink one right after the other. But for me, I'm kind of a one and done with this style. But in fairness, I'm kind of a one and done with everything. I mean, if I go somewhere, especially somewhere new, and I have four beers, I'm having four different beers. I rarely, very rarely order the same thing twice. I'm not a fan of ordering flights because I don't know that you really can get a feel for a beer with 4 or 5 ounces. I mean, you get to try a few, but I don't know that you really get to feel the best of a beer with that little. Um, when we were on vacation, I did order a half pints at most places, either 8 or 10 ounce pours to try more. But I feel like eight I can get there, but 4 or 5 I don't feel is enough. But I'd rather have one pint of something than, four tastes of other things. I want to really get to know that beer. And sometimes it takes you to get about halfway through to really get to know that beer. It's got to warm a little. You got to see how it reacts on the palate. And I really feel like that's very hard to do, if not impossible, with a 4 or 5 ounce taster. Gives you an idea, but you really can't get to know it with that little bit. Because sometimes there's beers that really feel good right away, but after 6, 7, 8 ounces, you get palate fatigue. For me, a lot of those New England and hazy and juicy IPAs, they do that. You get palate fatigue. So something might taste wonderful for 4 or 5 ounces. You get a full pint, you're 8 ounces in, you're going, oh damn. So I was checking the nose there. I just realized I forgot to tell you about vanilla. Of course, it's you're going to get vanilla, but this one really, I mean, you get this big vanilla cream like note that runs all the way through. A very dominant. It's just gorgeous, man. I hope I could pick up another bottle of this. So if memory serves, and I could very well be wrong, it was the only bottle on the shelf. So I don't know if they're going to have any more or not. But if I can find that bottle again, I will certainly buy it. It is absolutely gorgeous. I got a lot of great whiskey on vacation last year, man. I bought some very good stuff in Indianapolis. I found several great bottles in Columbus. And then I found some stuff on the way home in uh, Sparta, Kentucky, at Neely Family Distillery. Then stopped by the Total Wine was our last place before we headed back to Springfield. When I found this one, I mean, gosh, I stay away from major brand stuff for the most part. I'm not one of those whiskey guys that has a go-to. I'm not looking for Buffalo Trace. I'm not looking for those names, you know. I don't care about that stuff. In all honesty, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying people shouldn't buy it. I'm saying you shouldn't pay more than sticker price for it. But I prefer to buy from small craft distilleries. So typically, when I go on vacation, I buy as much as I possibly can. And then I don't really buy much more until I get on vacation again. So I'm never going to be one of those guys that has, 50, 100, 200 bottles in their collection. I never have a collection. I have a few bottles at a time. And at some point, they're all going to get drank. I don't have that collector chip in my brain. I don't understand that mentality. Hey, I want to buy as much as possible and never ever drink them. Or sell them for more than what they're worth. I just don't have that mentality. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I've got too many or too much. I've got morals and ethics, so I'm not going to sell on a secondary market and rip people off. I would feel too guilty. But there are people out there without a conscience that will gladly sell you something that's worth $35 for $200. But I just won't do that to people. It just is wrong to me. I think the secondary market is everything that's wrong with bourbon these days, or whiskey, or anything for that matter. But for some reason, whiskey guys think you have to have a go-to. What's your go-to, Tom? I don't have one. The go-to is anything I might have on my bar cart at any given time. Like I said, I bought a lot of bottles when we were gone, but then I've worked through. I've got so far. Well, at this moment in time, I've only got three unopened. At one time, I had, I don't know. I think at one time I had about 25 unopened, but kind of worked through them. And I hope I can buy a bunch on vacation this year and do the same thing. I love having the small distillery stuff. I don't like. I just don't enjoy buying those big names. They don't need my money, but the small craft distillers do. Yeah, Irene says comment didn't pop up here for some reason, but I don't know why. Flights don't give you enough to make an honest decision. And where did you shop in Indianapolis? So when I was in Indianapolis, I didn't go to a liquor store per se, but I went to I hit the Hotel Tango distillery, Four Finger Distillery, and then I was at the Hard Truth Bar there at the what was the name of that food hall? Whatever that place is there. I can't remember the name of it now, but that food hall there that has the Hard Truth bar. I bought some Hard Truth product there. So and then what else did I buy there? Let's see. I bought the Hotel Tango. I bought the 10-year bourbon there. I bought from, let's see, from Hard Truth. Uh, I bought their bourbon cream, their cask rye, and the sweet mash bourbon. And then from Four Finger, I got their rye and their American single malt, which was absolutely gorgeous. Oddly enough, other than the Total Wine on the way back, and then at the Jungle Gems, I really didn't go to any liquor stores. I bought right from the places, or if I was buying beer, like I bought right from the breweries and distilleries. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I didn't realize you lived in Indianapolis, right? I'll let you know when we were there. We could have met up somewhere. Damn. Yeah, so I went to so let's see. I went to, gosh, I can't remember the name of the breweries now that I hit. I'm going blank. We were there for 2 nights. The second night I actually went to the It was the Jazz Fest was in town, so I went to the Jazz Kitchen, and that place was I really love that place. First night we were there, I didn't get there to listen to the music. That Just Kiss I did, but the first night we were there, I went to a place called Chatterbox, and I didn't get a chance to. I was there early before the music started, but I really liked. I liked the quirky atmosphere of that joint, and the more I've learned about it, I'd like to get back there. I'm hoping to get back there this year and check out the Chatterbox again. And hopefully, I'll get there where I can listen to some jazz. Sun King, yes, I went to Sun King. I was just going blank. I was trying to remember the other breweries I went to, and I was going blank. Here, let me try to uh, try to remember. Gosh, I can't remember the breweries, man. Remember the distilleries, easy, but the breweries are eluding me, man. I did hit Sun King though. I did like Sun King. I only had two beers there because they were the fifth brewery that day. I kind of I started at one end of town and walked there. Well, actually, not that true. I walked to three of them, but then I Ubered to the last true. But Sun King was the last one that I hit. But I'll message you later about where we're going to be in Cincinnati this year. In Cincinnati, Indianapolis this year. If you're able to meet us at some point, my wife doesn't drink, but if you want to meet up someplace, we can. Yeah, I really enjoyed. I wish I was there a little bit later in the day for the Chatterbox. I would have loved to listen to some music there. But I love the quirky atmosphere. Talked to the bartender for a while. Had a couple of cocktails in there. It was a really nice place. And then I guess there was some controversy there earlier in the year. I don't want to get into it here, but I was looking at that earlier. So man, these people go in there intentionally to start trouble, and then they claim to be victims. But yes, I'd love to get back to the Chatterbox. I did have a good time. So we were there. It was in September, so we were there right at Jazz Fest for 'em last year, and I got real lucky too. We got there's a this monster line for that particular night I was there, and I just positioned myself just perfect, and I'm not sure how I did it, and I actually didn't do it on purpose because I didn't realize I was doing it at the time, but I actually took a shortcut, and I didn't mean to. But so anyway, I positioned myself where I was. Closer in line than I should have been, but nevertheless, I had a great table there. I was by myself, so I shared that there's some other folks. I got the table first, but some other folks asked if they could join me. I said, "Sure, why not?" But I was like just about dead center, three tables back from the stage. It was awesome, man. And there's nothing better than a jazz club, whether it's a place like the Jazz Kitchen that's on the more upscale side, or a place like the Chatterbox that's more quirky, where you never know what's going to be there. I love places like that. The crowd always seems more authentic at a place like the Chatterbox. Oh, I didn't realize the Chatterbox had food. I'll keep that in mind next time. Oh, mercy. So I didn't realize I'd been talking for this long. It's taken me a while to get through this beer. So I'm gonna finish this beer, and I may do another video this evening, but nobody wants to listen to me for more than 30 minutes. Hell, nobody wants to. Nobody, you want to look at his ugly face for more than 30 minutes. So I'm gonna end it because I have several other things. So I'll probably do another video here in just a little bit. But I want to thank my friend Ryan for giving me this one. As far as this style goes, this is really nice. I'm really enjoying this one a lot. For me, I don't find it as sweet as most of the New England style. Um, I like the contrasting notes, and I like the slightly dry finish. A lot of this style for me, they finish a little chalky, and that bothers me. But when I've talked to other people with the same beers, they either don't feel it that way, or that chalkiness doesn't bother them, or they just feel it slightly different. So, but having said that, I'm not getting that from this particular beer, so I really enjoy it a lot. So, anyways, I digress. I am Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Sláinte. Thanks for tuning in.